Pretty interesting. I do think that MF could be somewhat vulnerable against something like the Braum Lucian. Obviously there is the potential for all-ins there, but not if Stun is going to be playing Exhaust. If he's going that, then I think they're probably just playing more for mid-game and team fights.
Yeah, I think it feel a little weird to have
does feel weird.
A fairly early game comp with
Yeah.
the Syndra, Lucian, Braum, and not be more prioritized around killing bot lane. But maybe they just want that to leave it sufficient, so you just leave Lucian Braum on its own. You actually play more about topside, maybe.
And to be fair, Lucian does actually skirmish pretty well against things like the Aatrox and the Pantheon. It's one of the champions that isn't just guaranteed dead if they actually jump in on you, because you are fairly mobile. And if you do have a Braum with Guardian, with the shield being thrown up, with Exhaust, there's the ability to actually just peel back and kill off these frontliners as they are diving in. Because Aatrox and Pantheon are not champions that you need to have like some insane frontline shredding marksman to deal with, right? Lucian can kill those.
Absolutely. So now that we've seen the compositions locked in, before we head to our competitive integrity break, I just want to get a sense from you guys. We had the discussion about momentum and some of the success of the stars on 100 Thieves in tiebreak situations, the substitution for FlyQuest coming in. But now that we've seen the compositions laid out for each of these squads, where does our confidence lie for who's going to be moving on to face Evil Geniuses for that second place slot?
I think
I'll start with you. Oh, no, Mark. You can. Yeah, you know what, Mark? Fine. You can go first. Never mind. Now I don't know what to do.
I hate when Paulie goes before me. He always mind reads me and steals my
Yeah,
points.
I'm going to take all of his points.
Okay, all right, Mark. All right, Mark.
100 Thieves are going to win. I think FlyQuest doesn't have enough proactivity in the draft. They only really have flanking Aatrox and Pantheon jumping in.
All right,
Okay.
now Prolly.
Yeah, I agree with the 100 Thieves point. I think one thing FlyQuest has, they have a big wombo combo with Ori, MF, Yumi. But I do think the fact that they don't have any easy frontline to battle the Brownie composition, I think it's going to be very easy for 100 Thieves just to pick a target and kill whatever they hit first.
Yeah.
All right, Azalea, you think 100 Thieves is coming away with it?
I was already with 100 Thieves before the draft. I think the draft is fairly easy to execute. You can just hit anything. Like, it's not like you have to play the fights in a complicated way. Peel back. They've got lots of CC, absorb the engage, and kill off the Aatrox, kill off Pantheon.
Well, the Thieves are looking to steal this one away from FlyQuest, move themselves on to face Evil Geniuses to lock up that second slot in the playoff picture. Either way, both of these squads are in the postseason, guaranteed top four. The teams will be hitting the Rift in just about 5 minutes. We do have to head to a break.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the LCS. We're going to get the game started up very soon. This is a battle for a top spot in the playoffs. Second, third, and fourth place all tied in the regular season. This battle is a fight for, well, if you lose, you get fourth. And if you win, you fight Evil Geniuses for a chance at the second seed. We're going to see this going on pretty soon. Do have a quick pause. Ignar is restarting his computer.
Yeah, this is the battle for tops.
Yeah.
For rank 2 here. And honestly, second seed heading into the new format, people have touched on this a little bit, but it means that Cloud9 cannot choose you early on, and everybody wants to avoid Cloud9 as long as possible until you eventually will have to play them. People are assuming in the finals. I definitely think that 100 Thieves, like the analyst is talking about, have a good chance at that because they have been a team that has been surging towards the end of the split rather than a lot of the wins coming from the beginning, right?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of how they've kind of shaped up. It's great. I know we saw some tweets a few days ago about the LCS stock market and people like buying in, and apparently all the analysts went negative. You start with 5,000, they're out like 4,600 or under. Apparently, due to a clerical error, we'll say it's on my end. I all in 100 Thieves at the very beginning and then hopped off the train. At least I thought I did. Apparently, I didn't. So I'm still all in 100 Thieves, and the record 10-8 is good enough. I'm pretty sure I profited by sitting with them. So that late surge, I'm superior analyst.
Does that mean that you've been making changes and they've just been ignored? Because the entire split, we have to keep every 2 weeks making changes to the purchases.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the Slack message every 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, I'm all in on CLG now, because I would get posted. They would post like my like portfolio value, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm all in on CLG then. And then like 2 weeks would pass. He'd be like, here's your new portfolio. I'm like, all right, I'm going to stick with CLG. Okay, here's your new value freak. And I'm like, all right, Dignitas it is.
So you
but
keep
that was just
sending
100 Thieves. But that was just 100 Thieves the whole time.
You keep sending in purchases, and Chloe's like, "Freak, I know better. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself here.
Yeah.
Let's take away the. I like it."
And I appreciate the help. So shout out, Chloe. I appreciate you for being a true fiduciary here. So that's that one. But yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves really have been stepping up. 7-2 in the second round robin. If they take second seed, that'll be a 9-2 run. Like very impressive stuff. Those losses, like one of those to Cloud9, like everyone forgives that loss, right? So they really have been stepping up really nicely. If you're going by hot streak, 100 Thieves are looking like the second best team in the LCS right now. Which is amazing. That's awesome. Good for them. They're one of the few teams who haven't subbed any players out at all. They're one of like 3. Like Cloud9's like one of the other ones there, and they are looking good. Top lane is a huge focus for them. Someday is incredible. FlyQuest have Solo back in, and the one game that Solo has lost was to Someday. So this can actually work really well for 100 Thieves here.
Yeah. That being said, I think FlyQuest should really not be underestimated. Orianna is one of Power of Evil's most iconic champions because of the Gnasher's Tooth build and all the variations that he likes to go for, but he's also extremely experienced and extremely proficient on this champion. He finds a way of getting these shockwaves to win team fights for you, hiding the Orianna ball in places that you would not expect, under other champions or in brush, and he's definitely got the skin to do it as well. I know a lot of people like this Dark Star because it's a little easier to sneak that one around in a chaotic team fight. So I think FlyQuest here, especially with the Pantheon jungle, definitely have some wild cards to pull out.
I'm thankful, by the way, that FlyQuest got a way to get a solo picture to us because he wasn't on any roster start of the split. So when all the teams come over for Asset Day, for all the LCS and Academy teams, Solo's picture was just the FlyQuest logo for like the first 2 weeks of him playing. It was true on Saturday as well.
True
we
company
got the solo
man.
picture. I'm happy about that. I don't know how they did it or who pulled the strings, who had to put on the hard work, but I appreciate whoever did the hard work to get us a solo picture.
All right, shout outs to the unnamed photographer and editor as
and
well.
Cullen Ernest himself. Yeah.
All right, topside starts for both junglers though. And this is the MF Yuumi bottom lane. Analyst S also touched on this. Braum Lucian is a kill lane because Lucian can easily stack up the stun. See if they actually get an example of it here. There you go.
But he's still slowed. This is at least flash. This is at least cleanse. He's exhausted. He's trying to run away. I guess it wasn't at least flash. They did just burn the cleanse. That was enough. But it was Ignar also burning exhaust. So that is a trade that you will take as 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, because they didn't have to trade too much for it, right? That's a 1 for 2. Always a good deal in my book. Ignar popping back off. That'll go for a couple trades here with the Yuumi. And that patience there, just sitting in the brush for a little bit longer for 100 Thieves does allow them that small advantage. Every little advantage that you rack up when you're running a possible kill lane, though, does matter and changes the face of the game for the junglers. Because one team is running the Pantheon, extremely good at setting up ganks, at applying extra pressure to lanes that can earn their own summoner spell advantages, and does have an advantage over Sejuani early on in that aspect. But if the Braum Lucian already has the extra summoner spell advantage, plus the wave pushing, they can utilize Meteos here much more offensively.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch for if you can find those attacks right now as the waves being pushed in the bottom side. The mid lane was quickly pushed by Ryomi, but a deep ward down spot and the Raptor camp was gone. Some level of tracking towards Santorin. Cody Sun drops about 3 CS on this wave. So now we'll see how much Wild Turtle can do to try to tie 14. Here's the Meteos aggression. But all the camps he's looking at are already gone. So this is time spent only seeing where he isn't and not even knowing for sure where he is until now.
What this does do, though, is Meteos is going to get the bottom Scuttle Crab, so they've been able to eliminate half of the map where Santorin is, so you can say, all right, he has to be topside right now. Someday you do need to play more defensively, and he backs off at the exact timing there. You can basically see the communication in action from 100 Thieves.
Ooh, nice little stun there by Ryomi. Decent chunk of electrocute down, but he is running a bit low on mana, so we should expect a recall pretty soon from the Syndra. Yeah, you saw the attempt at top scuttle. Someday walked down to try to threaten that. Santorin backed off, came back, he's fine again. is up 1 camp right now. So Santorin farming pretty nicely. And last time we saw this matchup, which was just a game ago, it was actually Sejuani who was up 2 camps for most of the early games. So Santorin farming very efficiently. It's been one of his strengths, I would say, as a player this year. And we see the first recall up through bot lane. Just a long sword and a refillable potion for Cody Sun.
Yeah, I mean, he did a reverse clear. Both of them did, and they're pretty much tied right now. Wild Turtle, though, no cleanse this time and takes a beating.
Yeah, they're able to walk away at least. Like, they've got the tools to, pop the heal on you and everything else, but it looks like Turtle's going to be taking a pretty bad recall. Thankful he is doing it in front of a cannon wave, so he'll lose a little bit less CS than otherwise, and MF has high movement speed, so that can help as well. Even buys boots on the recall, but it is still going to be quite a bit of gold lost.
Yeah, let's keep tracking. He's running down right now. He's going to lose 1 melee. Topside skirmish is about to pop off, though. I think the Sejuani passive with Someday gives him enough 2v2 power since they're close enough right now, but getting proxied here.
Wow, fighting behind the turret is going to deny more farm as Santorin's got to be careful. Now Rema can't, just barely has mana for a stun, just barely enough. Santorin puts on the shield, smites for health, and runs away. He'll stay alive on that one. But Meteos wants in. I believe he took the big chicken and easily can take the rest of that small camp, so a nice camp poached.
I really have liked the communication between 100 Thieves, though, very quick. As soon as they saw Santorin topside, well, Someday actually might trade flashes, doesn't want to go for it. If you can get the flash and even just start your auto, if your opponent is slow at all in their reaction flash, then you still get that kill. But Meteos,
you stop this recall. Oh, you don't? Was it worth just throwing a W and then just going backwards, or is it not?
I feel like I would have done it, but it's definitely a bit risky because they had lost vision of Santorin. So I don't want to lose too much life under the tower, and Someday was already decently low as well. Not sticking around anymore, so Meteos gets off his recall, and Someday just goes back to work right where he left off.
Alrighty, well, Santorin looking around, trying to figure out something to do. His camps are up. He's going to be spotted by the controller. Doesn't see it himself, so that is information gained on one side and not gained on the other. Attempt number 5 in the bottom lane. Big damage on a turtle. Not quite the stun on the Yuumi. Out they walk.
I mean, Cody wants to play aggressive. He's getting his wish here with the Lucian Braum. Santorin barely gets it in time, I believe. Oh, no, Meteos actually stole it because it turns blue right there at the end, so very clearly, Meteos able to get here, and Wild Turtle gets pushed off the wave, but they've been CSing quite nicely, even though every time we look over, it's stunting Cody Sun, pushing them behind the tower, going for an aggressive trade. It's still Wild Turtle able to find the last hits here and not falling behind in CS.
Yeah, Cody's been dropping CS once in a while. He's just been putting so much effort towards pushing that he's occasionally dropping some of them. You can see some of them getting dropped now, but has to be respectful. This could be pretty big damage. Either way, though, it will be the Drake picked up, no problem. Meteos doesn't have Smite this time around, but that's going to be just fine. He's totally okay with that one. Grabs the pretty early Ocean Drake. Starts things off nice for 100 Thieves. Gold lead overall, 600 for the blue team. Winning in farm in jungle, top, and mid. And that's going to be a nice attempt to pressure right now. 3v2 down the bottom side. Exasperated back and forth. Wild Turtle cleanses it away, but can't get the rest of the damage. Cody Sun will stay alive. With the Vamp Scepter, he'll sustain right back up.
And that's still positive for FlyQuest because they get both of Cody Sun's summoners out there. Calculated.
Big damage there. No magic mantle, but got the command protect off in time. And yeah, just has to walk away. Royal. Okay, that's nice though. That still stops the recall. Still buys him 10 more seconds. They find that stun, and now Yuumi cannot rejoin for a few more seconds. There's no way out for Ignar, and they make sure the kill goes over to Cody Sun. Beautifully played on that fight.
I love those changes, by the way, to Yuumi, where if you hit her with CC, she cannot jump back on an ally for an extended period. Really does feel good when you're able to catch her out, and you see stunt there. Barely got that auto. Oh my goodness. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, though, with the autos. If you can connect the auto and it starts, they'll only be able to stop it by flashing out of vision into Fog of War in a brush or something. And man, connects right before Ignar's able to return to Wild Turtle the safety. Feels good to see a Yuumi go down.
Finally, it pays off. All that aggressive play, like they were dropping CS. They were winning in XP because of the forced recalls, but they weren't winning in gold. Finally, that kill comes through. First blood to Cody's son. Now fighting the top side. Someday flashes for the big stunts. There's the rest of the squad. His stunt is here. Yeah, they've got it all. Someday says, I want 300 gold. Picks them up, no problem at all. I love the play.
Yeah, Solo wants a 1v1. He wants a solo, true to his name, but that's not the reason Someday started the fight. He wasn't going for a 1v1. 100 Thieves, once again, their coordination behind communicating where their champions are and the enemies proves to get them another kill here, as Stunt and Meteos are talking about being right on the way, easily able to pick that one up.
Yeah, we're watching that fight. Wasn't sure if we're reading his health bar or his name. It was Solo either way, and now with that kill coming through, I'm glad you liked that one. 2,000 gold lead, 100 Thieves pushing in top side. That's a plate, and a Herald ready to be summoned.
Fair warning, it's going to be easier for you to get laps out of me because quarantine is making me a little loopy and lowering my standards.
Oh, well, you know, I'll take that.
But you get the laugh, though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like your stats are already low. You live with Travis Gafford, so, you know, we got top being attacked here. Just gotta throw shade at everyone, you know? I'm an equal opportunity flame.
I mean, that Rift Trail, they did it correctly, right? You pop off a couple plates by hand. Those ones give the extra armor and magic resistance. Then you use the Rift Trail for the true damage, and 100 Thieves will clean up the entire first turret, get the bonus on top of it, and push right ahead. Cody's son, this is going to fund his Blade of the Rune King so quickly. I don't think they even expected to get that much off of the topside play when it happened, but it was perfect. Someday baits in the 1v1 with Solo. They get the kill. They get the efficient Rift Herald. Immediately turned into a tower, and that conversion for 100 Thieves moves up their timeline on this team composition substantially.
Couple of big plays come through for Someday, who's now winning his matchup in gold thanks to the extra kill he got, but obviously a very defensive build. You can see Someday is Ninja Tabby and Bramble Vest, but now Santorin's here, and 1v2 is going to be tough. Goes for the ulti, still going to be stunned up, and the rest of these spells has to go backwards to find it. But wait, does he have the damage to kill Santorin 1v2? No, the W wasn't back up from cooldown. Couldn't get the next punch out there. FlyQuest able to walk away. Stunt should not stop this.
I find myself asking myself that question a lot whenever I fight a set. Does he? Well, hold on. What's going on here? You can get a lot of ground just by bluffing with Set, as Someday's running after him, threatening that the cooldown's going to come back up, but doesn't have the power. That means 100 Thieves will be able to push on the tower in the aftermath.
I mean, they're getting so much done. This is 3 plates bot lane. We already got 5 plates top. Now, sure, Wild Turtle is solo pushing top lane. So as much as solo's being denied, so too is Someday. As top is crashing, the plates are dying. Turtle is gaining this money. That's now plate number 1 being killed up there. Only 4 left, but it still feels like 100 Thieves are just so far ahead of every single play. They seem a class above FlyQuest right now.
There's a reason that power spike is such a buzzword and such a meme in competitive League of Legends, because they're so important. That's why people repeat it all the time. And when we talked about Cody's son getting his Blade of the Rune King, turning him into a completely different champion basically, while Wild Turtle is sitting on the little cooldown reduction of a Caulfield's Warhammer, you know, they just keep swapping Cody's son and Stunt to the opposite area of the map, gaining some advantage, even though remember that Someday started that off by dying due to a very good gank from Santorin, and him and Solo being able to get that kill. It results in 100 Thieves still having the extra pressure to push them off of it, get another tower, and turn that into a dragon.
100 Thieves walking all over this game. More than a 3,000 gold lead. 2 Drakes picked up already. The brush and the walls melt away as the Inferno blazes, and so too do FlyQuest's chance at top 2 if it keeps going this way. Still have something for their name, but they've really got to find a bit of a comeback now on the FlyQuest side as 100 Thieves are gearing up to take this game down.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to keep a defensive mindset for FlyQuest because you have to catch up in items. Power of Evil needs to get first item as well as Wild Turtle. Looks like they might be swapping the Marksman into mid lane right now to try and hold the wave.
Big stun, ult Q, good cleanse plus distortion gets him away, but you can see the amount of threat there. It requires a summoner spell, it requires Yuumi, it requires Orianna to keep those targets alive.
Yeah, it definitely requires all of those. Did you enjoy your time in mid lane, Wild Turtle? Probably not. It was only maybe 15 seconds that he spent there, had to burn a summoner, and took 80% of his life in damage. Thankfully for him,
Kobe.
he's got Yumi.
For a throwback, do you remember Wild Turtle's first time in mid lane?
I remember, well, probably the first professional game was in San Francisco at the IPL when he subbed in as a mid lane player and played AP Gragas mid.
Yeah, and he won against one of the best mid laners in the world. And now we got Santorin, who suddenly jumps on all 5 of 100 Thieves are suddenly underneath the mid lane outer turret. Welcome back to mid lane Turtle. Shockwave's gonna find Stunt. That's gonna root him in place. Here comes bullet time, but a stopwatch buys a lot more as Stunt's able to walk away. Just the one for 0. Good defense by FlyQuest. Better dive by 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that was a critical stopwatch there for Stunt. Is able to survive. Santorin, not so lucky, did not have a stopwatch for himself. And 100 Thieves are just firing on all cylinders. You talked about them being, I believe in our story, about the second hottest team in the LCS, Freak, right behind Cloud9. Because 100 Thieves have been on this hot streak, racking up the wins. And they're peaking at the exact perfect time. Which is kind of a story we've gone over for a couple of these late surgences. Power of Evil does get stunned up.
No cleanse, but he's too far away for the auto attack follow-ups. Meteos just gets a little bit of damage and forces him to walk away. Some mana burn, but thankfully blue buff has respawned and it's easily walk to PoEs. You don't troll. Yep, there we go. Grabs the blue buff. Now 100 Thieves could have chosen to just slam mid lane right now, but they're playing for topside ward control instead.
And they've also got Cody-Sun with a second item's Executioner's Calling, building to be able to 1v1 even Aatrox in a side lane. This Lucian already level 9 extra level lead over Wild Turtle. They're content with having Lucian split pushing. This is one of the AD carries that is more safe because of all the extra dashes, but also because of the early money that they've gotten in. Definitely had a formidable 1v1 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I like this. Look at all the healing on a squad, right? And I really want to kind of spend a second talking about how good healing reduction really is. That people say, okay, well, you know, Luden's does 100 damage. Well, it's like, well, it's 100 magic damage. It's 100 damage divided by magic resist. Healing reduction is true damage. It just removes health from the health bar that would have been gained. And so you have to kind of calculate that the number is actually higher than what the tooltip suggests because there's no way to mitigate that, essentially. So, yeah, if you cut a Yuumi heal in half and the Yuumi heal does 600 damage, that's 300 true damage, which is, you know, 500 physical damage. If you had an item that said, hey, deal 500 physical damage, you know, that's like 3 Death Blades, you'd buy that instantly. That's Executioner's Calling.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the Yuumi heal plus the Yuumi Summoner heal on top of it, and even just that value right there in an all-in is completely worth it. Meteos, with the deep activation of the Rip Herald, is going to mean secondary turret here for FlyQuest under tremendous pressure.
Yeah, this is looking pretty nice right now as we've got this turret getting cracked down below 1/4. It will be stopped. Poor Shelly will die, but it is still turret pressure. 100 Thieves 3-0 on turrets. Next Drake spawns in 40 seconds. They show no signs of slowing down. 100 Thieves looking at a 100% chance to win this game. They're going to reset. It's going to be a little bit of a tight timing. 30 seconds to go on the Drake, and if someone gets spotted, that is a stopped recall. Cody-Sun's actually going to stay. He's going to be the one to look for a ward. He'll see... okay, good. The reset's just in time, but they don't have time to replace wards.
And the thing is, if you look at the team comps, you're trying to find FlyQuest's way back into this game. And it comes from, you really need to have a flank from solo. Because besides that, the only initiation they have is somebody trying to position dangerously with Yuumi on them to get a Yuumi ultimate off. Or Santorin just trying to make... Well, never mind, he's toast.
Oh, the stun. Santorin's going to buy some time, but that toast is burnt. He's gone. There's the dunk in the backside, finding someday a target. But he can't find the face breaker on a Wild Turtle. Shockwave back, puts up the shield. So does Stunt. Keeps the team easily able to walk away. And now without a smite, you have to believe third Drake always goes to 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves. They won't have to steal away anything this game because they have full control already. Dragon number 3 will go over to them. This is going to be Infernal Soul shortly as well. I mean, you already touched on it, but they can start to move in these wards very deep into the FlyQuest jungle, removing the safety when FlyQuest are trying to even play defensively and farm up at their turrets. it's going to be very inefficient for them trying to get any of these jungle camps, as they have to constantly worry about the pick potential. This is Braum, Syndra, and Sejuani, all three of which can catch anyone out who's away from any of the extra defenses. And 100 Thieves should be able to line up even an early Baron. Only a minute and change left on the spawn. They could actually pull a bait very quickly.
Alrighty, so as the waves gets crushed down, we've got a 5,000 gold difference. 100 Thieves looking now at a 4-minute timer on this Infernal Soul. 23 minutes and change. That would be nice and early on. Turtle going to stack up his items, but he's still waiting till he can finish that Infinity Edge. You got Cody's son going towards his BF sword upgrade. He's most of the way to Essence Reaver here. We'll stack that CDR. Now Someday, you can see there's a lot of damage available. He is armor stacking, but much like we saw Soaz do, is going towards that Ruin King. That is the very common build we're seeing out of these physical damage melee champions. Very efficient item and wants it with the dueling power, but that means he has kind of stopped buying health for a time being, and you see the kind of damage that Turtle can deal.
Okay, they're already laying the control wards. Look at this. So we mentioned the Baron arriving at 20 minutes. 100 Thieves are setting right up for it. The welcome party is laid out. 3 control wards throughout the red side jungle. Even though Someday gets run off the bottom side and destroyed there by Ignar and Wild Turtle with poke, they do lose the tower, but 100 Thieves have established their vision control over the area that matters. Baron's now on the map, and the top secondary turret will be traded.
There we go, 4-1 in turrets. The rest of the waves are being held up well enough. Ryoma going to take the chickens. Has to be a little bit afraid. Centaur and Turtle are right there behind him, but look at that damage! Nearly solo kills him from full HP, barely walks away. Thankfully he has that one extra ruby crystal there. He would have died outright.
Yeah, that's the reason he wasn't afraid, Freak. He was looking for the kill. His eyes getting big there, seeing a jungler 4 levels below him. Tower will go down, and this is going to mean a dangerous path for FlyQuest over to the big objective spawning.
Yeah.
And honestly, they don't have to risk anything at Baron, even though they established that entire net of wards. With the Infernal coming in 2.5 minutes, I'd say maybe, you put a little bit of pressure over there. Maybe you happen to catch a straggler out, and this time around, Ryoma actually gets a 100% kill. But barring that, you don't have to actually start Baron, because that would be one of the few ways that FlyQuest could get back into it if 100 Thieves group themselves up inside Baron Pit, start taking damage, and find themselves on the receiving end of a shockwave into, Aatrox combo or something.
Yeah, PoE got that 3-man shockwave out of the turret. It got the rest of 100 Thieves down to about half HP. If there was a chance to engage there, that was maybe an opportunity, but they didn't get in range, of course, for it. But yeah, the damage definitely is there. PoE is going towards Deathcap's second item, so absolute damage that'll hit frontline pretty well. We'll probably see a Void Staff coming afterwards, and yeah, see if they can maybe find that burst combo. But the gold difference, almost 6,000 now. Meteos can't find the knockup. We'll find a bit of a slow. Blue smites in, needs another auto attack, can't find that one. If that Q landed, he maybe gets to burn something more, but ultimately it's an easy walk away for Solo.
Yep, good dodge there, and Solo also burning his ultimate for the extra move speed. He's able to get out, no problem. Ult should be back up. The cooldown's really short, so even though Inferno's only a minute 15 away, he should be fine.
Alrighty, minute to go as you're counting down this Drake. This is really what feels like it's going to be the climactic moment. As you're mentioning, there's no need to risk the Baron, and you can see the 100 Thieves really aren't doing that. They're putting the occasional ward down. They've got Cody's son clearing that vision away. Pops the Scryer's Bloom, walks right back out. It's the 50-second timer on Infernal Soul that FlyQuest almost certainly tries to fight over. Centaur, and he's on a ward, puts up the shield. He's going to stay alive for this one. This could be an early re-engage. Ryoma pops stopwatch. Center of the backline going to find Wild Turtle, and the shield up for stunt. Going to keep that team alive as well. As we push forward, we find some more damage across. Shockwave going to catch on a 2 towards PoE. Goes Someday, but he's low on health. You've got to be careful. Oat's going to slam right into the wall. He's getting low on health. The regen ticking up. Just barely staying alive. As now Santorin is forced away. Gets a quick heal. Gets to walk out. This Drake, though, up in 20 seconds.
Someday looking like he was walking on hot coals there, trying to get off the MF Make It Rain, and he does walk it out. 100 Thieves look like they're coming for that tiebreaker with Evil Geniuses. Ryoma's lining up a stun.
Big damage. PoE's days are numbered. He's going to be gone. Ignar absolutely can't get away, and they tried to stab in to find something, but they couldn't get it. Now Centauran gets some damage on Cody. Sun Turtle is here without an ultimate or a flash. Walks in, finds the slow. This could be a kill. Q auto. He almost even brought the double up onto his teammate. Solo's going to be there. He's going to get that kill picked up. He's running as fast as he can, but they flash to guarantee the stun. His flash is up. Burned to the other side of the blast cone, but doesn't get over the dragon pit, so Solo, he's going to get dropped down pretty early here. Finds some knockup, able to walk away. Now, somebody's going to be careful, actually. FlyQuest somehow winning, or at least doing well in a 3v5. Stun's going to flash W in, going to find Centauran. That's at least a slow. There's the Braum pass is done as well. Centauran getting some damage across, but again, the damage to kill isn't there.
Teleport, look at that. Ryoma's on the way. Syndra's coming with a flank.
Home guard has timed out. Doesn't last very long at 23 minutes in. Oh, how do you get out, FlyQuest? How do you get out? You can't go back up top lane, and you are 4 versus 3 right now. Solo slow. This should be 3 kills picked up, and there shouldn't be any fatalities. There's the first one. Turtle going to be slowed next up. There's no way out for him. Solo can try to run, but you have to believe he's going to be dropped down now as well. Big chunk down he goes. A double kill in.
I'm hoping that you're going out clear to everyone else because you're getting pretty choppy for me. It looks like this game is getting real choppy for FlyQuest, though. Infernal Dragon, Infernal Soul locked in for Hundy Thieves.
Alrighty, looking at this one. 10-2 in kills. Infernal Soul picked up and an 8,000 gold lead. This is looking just fine. 100 Thieves will get themselves out of 4th place with the win. They will battle EG for 2nd. And that will be the last, or one of the last spots up for grabs here. FlyQuest with a loss would fall down to number 4. End the day. Oh my gosh, Cody Sun gets a solo kill. Not a problem there as well. This is completely easy. Now, do want to point out, technically speaking, 3rd and 4th seed are almost identical. It is a determination of which team Cloud9 wants to pick across 3rd or 4th seed. That doesn't necessarily change anything. But yeah, otherwise, we're looking around at the chance that 2nd seed, that's how you dodge C9, that's how you kind of guarantee an arguably easier matchup overall first round. Another stun comes across. Goodbye, beautiful shockwave. Just kidding, PoE couldn't get anything. It fell back to him. It was a sombrero. It was the Sejuani that tarted it up.
Yeah, just keep pulling off Baron and picking off more kills. Now they've got solo laners that's dead. So even though Yuumi respawns, still a 4v5. And actually worse power now for FlyQuest. Maybe they could get some Miracle Steal in. Santorin does have ult, but doesn't look like they're going to have any vision on the timing. They got vision at 4K health, so it would be a real risky Hail Mary to go, and he's doing it!
Oh, he's going to go ahead and try 3K health this one, though, so he can burst Santorin. Never into smite range, 2,500 left on that one. This could be an easy re-engage. Easy smite if Medius wants him. But first, they go for the kill on the Wild Turtle. There's the smite as well. Everything they want is picked up. It's 14-2 in kills with an 11,000 gold lead. 100 Thieves are winning this game.
GG right there. You got to give FlyQuest, the benefit of the doubt. They know how deep of a hole that they are in, so they throw the Hail Mary. Like, all right, if we got any shot, it's at a Baron Steel. They got vision at 4K health. Timing it a little bit there. Santorin tries to get in, but 100 Thieves do the intelligent call. They pull off of it. Nobody panics. Nobody keeps damaging Baron. They just take down the enemy jungler, collect their kills, collect their Baron prize, and will march on ahead to their match at the end of the day.
Yeah, so the 1% chance, right? There's a 1% chance for FlyQuest, and it's a perfect shockwave in a bullet time. Problem is, bullet time is not up from cooldown right now. You have to believe the mid-siege will look good. Yeah, I mean, like, realistically, yes, this game is basically always over. You always keep that sliver in the back of your mind that, look, we've seen bigger throws, and it was 2 days ago. Okay, equally sized throws 2 days ago. So maybe there is a chance. Maybe, but it's so very slim. 100 Thieves going to push in. Nice little summit there. Gives them the chance to step up. Shockwave on the 2. That could be the opportunity. And that stopwatch burn. Ryoma could be the target, and they're going to maybe try to find the 1. But the health bars are low, and they've got to back off yet again. Imagine if bullet time could hit that team. It's a trade kill already. It's only 4v4. That is gold leads at work, and that is a few seconds of a cooldown at work as well. That looks different with bullet time over the top. But mid inhibitor is cracked. Top lane already has the minion wave as well. Still more than a minute left in the Baron buff. And do they have to disengage really here? Yuumi, of course, is around for a bit of poke. Is around for the sustain. And 100 Thieves, will stop after the wave clear with only the mid inhibitor dropped. Sunday puts up the shield, but he's going to be stunned up. This is almost a chance at a kill. Bullet Time just can't quite pick off that carry, but they do drop down stunt. Now Yuumi lands a shot. Sunday could be killed here. Santorin's running. Can he find the stun? No, he's going to go for the other kill instead, but he can't kill Cody-san. Stopwatch comes down, but PoE is here. Sunday, very, very low, goes for the ult, finds a bit of damage. PoE's going to drop to the dunk, and Ignar can't get out. It was nearly a couple of kills picked up. FlyQuest made him work, but again, the fight goes to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that was definitely an exciting chase there, FlyQuest. Turtle now gonna run away from the teleport. MS has a lot of speed, but you get bonus speed now when you arrive as a TP user.
Oof, goodbye, taken down right there. Solo forced to run back to the fountain. Can't do much else about this one. This is going to be the Nexus turrets falling, the Nexus dropping. FlyQuest will be your 4th seeded team, and 100 Thieves are battling for 2nd.
All right, EG will be waiting for them at the end of the day. And honestly, this one just seemed like a pretty simple warm-up for them. They were on kind of cruise control there after the first 10 minutes. Really good use of the early game pressure, though, especially the Lucian plus Braum kept moving them around. I think the communication was probably my highlight for 100 Thieves. They had so many moments where you could see another member of the team react to extra information of where's the enemy jungler, or hey, we're trailing you, so start and bait this fight for us so then we can get an objective afterwards. And those are the types of things that you like to see come together at the end of a split for a team that talked about trying to build up to these things and talked about team play being one of the highlights.
100 Thieves are 8-2 in the back half of the split, and we just saw one of those wins was against a playoff team, and it didn't even look close. And there's a chance, by the way, right, that this is going to be a preview of one of those first round matches. You never know. Like, this could be a rematch in the first round of playoffs. That is still possible based on seeding, so that'll be a fun one to watch for. Either way, obviously a great look for 100 Thieves. FlyQuest are going to be 4th. They will be in the upper bracket. I expect C9 picks them as their first opponent. Of course, it's still their prerogative, but that is one of the 2 viable choices for Cloud9 to pick their first round opponent. One of them is FlyQuest, one of them is going to be 100 Thieves or EG based on whichever one loses that game. But stick around. We are going to battle for the 6th and final playoff spot right after a short commercial break, so stick around. You don't want to miss it.